We'll get started here in just a moment. We are almost ready to begin. Good morning, everyone. I'm Meteorologist David Boyd here in the StormTrack 5 Weather Center. Snow's beginning to pick up in part of the region, and we are watching that snow as it's continuing to develop to our southwest. And we'll zoom in a little bit closer here in a minute and show you where some of the heaviest snow is. We're also tracking the really cold Arctic air with temperatures at 9 below zero currently in Chicago. And outside of the snow, the other big story is the lows dropping to 3 degrees Wednesday morning, 7 Thursday morning, 6 Saturday morning. We could be close to 0 Sunday morning. So truly Arctic air around, highs in the 20s and 30s through Sunday, down to 0 Sunday morning, and then thankfully into the mid-50s for highs by the middle part of next week. Now here's the big picture on the radar. The darker blues indicate the heavier snows. We've seen some scattered snow showers in the area so far today, but notice these really dark blues over southeast Tennessee near Chattanooga. So that's what's pushing our way. We've been seeing the snow picking up recently in Johnson City, Rogersville, Greenville, and also near Knoxville. As we track it into the future, notice how this snow becomes more widespread between now and 10 a.m. A steady snow, much of the region, with a few pockets of heavier snow at noon, and that continues this steady snow through 5 p.m. So road conditions could go downhill through the day as this steady snow moves in, and we will still see some scattered snow showers tonight and into early tomorrow. Currently, we are just below freezing in the Tri-Cities, upper 20s to around 30 degrees, mid-30s in Roan Mountain, but in the low 20s in Clintwood. So we're watching some relatively milder air to the south, really cold air to the north. And for the day in the Tri-Cities, temperatures are going to be hovering around 30 to 32 much of the day, high of 34, with snow chances highest between 10 a.m. and around 7 to 8 p.m., and then tapering off a bit as we go into tonight. So here's how much snow we are expecting through Tuesday morning. In general, 3 to 6 inches of snow. But notice some lower totals where the milder air is, closer to Roan Mountain and also parts of Unicoi County and also into North Carolina. And even in the Tri-Cities, we're expecting heavier totals in Kingsport and Bristol compared to Johnson City. Much of southwest Virginia in the dark blue, 4 to 6 inches with some locally heavier amounts. So here's a 7-day forecast showing a low of 22 tonight, 27 tomorrow with some scattered snow showers, mainly in the morning, and that frigid air that is going to be around for several days. Very, very cold conditions. We're not going to be seeing record lows, but we are going to be well below normal for this time of year. The normal low at 26 degrees. Normal high is 46, and we're going to be nowhere close to that over the next several days. Now let's take a look at some of the weather cameras across the area to show you what some of the current conditions are like. We'll first start off in Grundy, where the main road looks fine, but the side streets and untreated roadways, the parking lots, they are still slick at this hour. Seeing the snow coming down in Norton, so the road's passable, but use caution. Watch for some ice, and also seeing the snow coming down in Churchill. 11W looks okay. Even some of the parking lots are still wet right now. Now, as we switch over to Roan Mountain, where we've missed out on a lot of the snow, we still see the grass here. We've seen very little, and totals are going to be lighter here than it will be in Johnson City. One of those unusual snows. And we've been seeing some light flurries here in Irwin. This is our newest camera on the Ashley Camera Network, looking live in Irwin, Tennessee. And in Bristol, we've been seeing some snow showers with the dusting earlier. Not a lot currently, but that snow is moving in from the southwest. There's some snow coming down in Pennington Gap, covering the sidewalks right now. Roads okay. Roads improving a bit right now near the Kentucky-Virginia line, US 23, but could go downhill again later on today. And I've been seeing the snow coming down Big Stone Gap. We'll let this camera load. There we go. We can see a good coating of snow here and some flurries right now at Mount Empire Community College. And in Abingdon, also a coating of snow, especially on the cars and the grass. Roads okay for now. In Mountain City, looks like a winter wonderland, a picturesque scene as the snow continues to come down. Looking live here on the Ashley Camera Network. Switching over to the Russell-Tazewell County line, Southwest Virginia Community College. Beautiful scene. Also, the snow covering the grass, but not the roads quite yet around Emory and Henry. But as we go into Johnson City, where that snow band has moved in, we can see how the snowflakes are coming down at a good clip and starting to accumulate more. Roads wet for now. And also just a dusting of snow northeast state. In Kingsport, it's been covering the grass. You've been seeing more snow so far than even Johnson City. This one of those types of events, it looks like. Currently 30 at the Tri-Cities Airport. The wind is calm. And in Tusculum in Greene County, been seeing some snow showers. That's continuing to come down. And also in Holston Mountain, a frigid time ahead, but they're going to be dropping below zero later in the week. So one more part of the update here. This is a StormTrack 5 weather alert day today into tomorrow, with the scattered snow showers, but then those frigid temperatures, they're going to be sticking around for much of the week and even into the weekend. Now, so far, we've only seen 1/3 of an inch of snow at the Tri-Cities Airport this season, with a deficit of about 3 inches for the season. But we might end up erasing that, and this could end up being the biggest snow we've seen in about 5 years. 30 degrees at the airport right now, looking at highs in the mid-30s in the Tri-Cities. Notice Roan Mountain getting up to 38 with lower snowfall totals, but only in the 20s for highs in Clintwood and into southeast Kentucky. And then lows tonight, upper teens to low 20s. So even if your road ends up staying mainly wet today, they could turn icy tonight with those temperatures well below freezing. So there's the snow picking up Kingsport, Rogersville, Greenville, and over toward Knoxville, moving to the north and to the east. And tracking it into the future, the most steady snow will be late this morning, or some areas now already, and then continuing through around 4 to 5 p.m., and then breaking up to those scattered snow showers going into tonight. So for the Tri-Cities, heaviest snows between now and about 5 or 6 p.m. Then the snowfall rates drop, even though the chance of snow is still fairly high. The snowfall rates look lighter this evening and into tomorrow. Severe threat tracker looking high all the way through Wednesday. Wednesday mainly because of the frigid temperatures that are going to be with us and lasting into the weekend. So there's the big picture again, showing this band of snow that extends all the way back into northern Mississippi, and seeing some darker blues around Chattanooga and Knoxville. So we have several hours of this snow band to go. So that's why we are expecting that general 3 to 6 inches. But as I mentioned, some areas near the Tennessee, North Carolina line, some of the higher elevation valleys, like the town of Roan Mountain, and or at least at the base of the mountain, seeing lower totals, maybe like 1 to 3 inches. Same thing around Flag Pond, maybe a little bit more up towards Sam's Gap. And of course, the actual Roan Mountain will see more. In Johnson City, thinking around 2 to 4 inches of snow. Meanwhile, Kingsport could get a little bit more, maybe closer to 4 to 5 inches. And same thing in Bristol, still a little bit more than what we're expecting in Johnson City. And further to the south and east into the milder air, even lower totals, even across some of the hills, foothills of North Carolina. Across southwest Virginia, plenty cold, so many locations expected to get 4 to 6 inches of snow through Tuesday morning, with some localized higher amounts close to 7 inches. So here's the rest of the future track as we go through Tuesday morning. Some scattered snow showers continue into tomorrow, tapering off, and we'll see some clearing later on Tuesday. And it's all about that cold, as we were talking about. Highs are going to be mainly below freezing the next several days. The one exception after today will be briefly above freezing on Thursday, then back in the deep freeze Saturday, a high of 22. Down to 0 Saturday night, and thankfully into the 50s middle part of next week. But as we factor in the wind, Tuesday we can see wind chills in the single digits and teens. Wednesday, especially morning, we can see wind chills below 0 at times, especially higher terrain. And again on Saturday with the bitter cold, expecting wind chills near or below 0. So for today, 34 periods of snow. We're starting to see that steady, heavier snow pushing in from the southwest. Continues into this evening. Then scattered snow showers, they taper off tomorrow. 27 on Wednesday, another round of some snow showers Thursday night into Friday. A light accumulation possible. Lows near 0 Saturday night. Not a record low, believe it or not. A lot of the records this time of year are actually below 0 that night. So the record low is 16 below. And then that warming trend next week. We will have a live update on News 5 at noon. You can watch us on the WCYB website, on our watch page. Or you can also join us on TV as well. And more information in the StormTrack 5 app. Have a good day.